Okay, so I put the gain all the way, not all the way up, I put it all the way down on this microphone because I don't want all of the background noise. I don't want every single little noise that I make when I move my body in this video. And I also don't want the outside world sounds, like the cars driving by on this busy street that I live on, to be in this video and the sound. So tonight, this evening, I have tea. I don't have sushi today, I have tea. It is green tea with ginger. And I especially like this one because it comes with a little saying on it. And it's an Emily Dickinson quote. It says, "Bring me the sunset in a cup." Which is beautiful. Bring me the sunset in a cup. Let's analyze that. She wants the sunset in a cup. She wants the feeling of watching the sun go down delivered to her in a digestible, special, individual cup. She wants this force of nature, this awe-inspiring, beautiful image of a sunset to be hers. She wants it in a cup in her hands. How do I feel about that? I don't know. I'm not sure if I would want a sunset in a cup. I mean, tea is very similar to that. I mean, not very similar, but tea is almost is as good as I need. See, now that this is my second video, I feel like I can't top that first video. I feel like that was the best video I will ever make. And I don't really know, even though it really wasn't that good of a video, it wasn't incredible, it wasn't anything extraordinary, but I was proud of it. And now I'm like, okay, every time I take these videos, I have to like one up the previous one for some reason. I know that that's not true, and I know that it's literally just me sitting on the floor of my room talking to myself, and that's it. It can't get much better than that. So I guess I just have to accept the fact that this is it. This is what you get. You get me sitting here, either with food, tea, I don't know, anything. You get me sitting here talking. It really is obscure. Now that I'm thinking about it, like I posted that video, I shared it with the world, I shared it on my Instagram with my, 850 followers. Probably like 60 of you saw it on my story, whatever. Maybe like 5 to 10 of you actually went to the video. Maybe 6 of you watched the full thing. I don't know. I can be under exaggerating. I don't know. I don't know. But to me, it's just obscure. It's weird. It's unsettling. You know what? It's really not. It's not that big of a deal. It's just me sitting here talking. And that's okay. That's fine. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing it. I'm doing this. And yeah. If you haven't noticed, I'm talking a little bit louder today because my roommate isn't here. I think I like whispering better. It makes me feel less like I have to say important things. Like when I'm talking loud, when I'm using my full voice, it makes me feel like I need to say something important. I need to say something interesting. I need to say something worth hearing because I'm projecting my voice. So let's get back to like the whispering, the murmuring, the soft spokenness that I'm so good at doing, I guess. I've had feedback from a few people and they said it was relaxing. They said it was relaxing to listen to me talk. It's funny because whenever I think of myself talking, or when I am talking and I'm conscious of it, I don't find it relaxing. I find it I want to make sure I describe this well. I definitely am the kind of person who is self-conscious of what they say. I don't know when that started. I don't know when it started. It started when I was little, but I find my voice to not really be so, all right, up until this point, I haven't found it to be relaxing. I thought it was annoying. I thought that people didn't want to hear what I had to say, and that I should inhibit myself. And you know, I still feel like that sometimes. I still feel like that as a teacher. You know, I'm given this big responsibility to talk and communicate to these students. So I almost feel like everything I say truly, 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 truly matters. So I have to be very careful with what I say. And I guess I'm good at that. I'm naturally just good at doing that because, again, I've always been kind of self-conscious of what I say. So being here in my room with just tea and some nice background things, it's mostly me and it's mostly my voice. I have this really nice high-tech microphone that was given to me. No, that was suggested to me to buy for this purpose, and I am using it and it's awesome. But it's really just me here with my words and my thoughts, and I think that's kind of cool. It's kind of liberating, it's kind of scary, it's a little nerve-wracking, but again, this is as good as it can get. Just me talking. Okay? It's the weekend, it's Saturday, and you know, Saturdays and the weekends always kind of leave me feeling a little anxious because it feels like I have to get everything done. It feels like I need to be extra productive because I only have 2 days of no work. So it feels like I need to jam pack things into my schedule. And if I don't, then I feel like I'm not a failure, but I didn't do enough. And that's a common thread throughout my life, is that I feel like I don't do enough. And I'm sure it's relatable to a lot of you to feel like you're not doing enough, even though you really are doing so much. I am a teacher for Christ's sake. I'm a teacher. I know people think it's like an easy, like you get summers off, you get all these holidays off, but like need, you need those vacations in order to continue working as a teacher. Like, I mean, you need it. It's like a necessity. So like the way I look at it is, I mean, some people might be different. Some teachers might be different, but I didn't take this job. I didn't pursue teaching because we have a lot of vacations. It's just like, I would say a bonus to the job, but even then it's really not. It's a necessity. It's a necessity for you and the students. Learning is hard. Like, now that I think about it, learning is difficult. It's taxing on us. And I feel that. I feel it with my students. I feel like a kind of a guilt and a shame for like having my students sit in a classroom day after day listening to me. Like, I have such a tremendous weight on my shoulders with that, because naturally how I would want to be teaching them is like maybe being outside, sitting in the grass, or taking a hike and talking, sitting outside and relaxing and writing maybe. But like, the confines of the school sometimes feels like prison. And I feel like it's my responsibility to not make it feel like prison for these students. For these kids that come here day after day after day, and they're forced to do work. And if they don't do it, and if they fail, then they're called failures. And it breaks my heart, because they're not failures. They're alive, and they're dealing with so many struggles outside of school. Like, my heart is heavy sometimes when I see these kids, even though, they might be okay. They might not even be realizing that they're dealing with a lot. But I realize it, and I feel like I'm taking all this guilt. Like, I need to be special for them. And I know it's not realistic. It's just not. I just try to make our moments meaningful. And I want to make every moment meaningful. I'm like a control freak in that aspect. Like, I feel like I need to make every moment special and engaging and awe-inspiring, but that's not realistic. I feel like I started somewhere completely different, and then I took it in a whole new direction, which I guess that's flow of consciousness. I remember in college, some of my favorite classes were just the creative writing classes, where we would just write flow of consciousness, and you would just keep writing until the instructor says stop, and you just write, free write. And I loved that, because you really just have a brain dump in those moments, and it's refreshing. Like, there's no restriction, there's no like prompt, there's no, you have to write this about this in this format. And yeah, that's the main thing my students always ask me. They're like, whenever I give them a writing assignment, they're always like, how many paragraphs? I swear, at least 5 to 8 students out of my like 20 to 20 something students ask me, how many paragraphs? It's been ingrained in them that they have to write. I'm gonna burp. It's been ingrained in them that they have to write a certain amount of paragraphs in order for it to be an A+ paper. Their writing is only valid if it's in paragraphs. get it. Structure is good. But to make that the central idea of school, it's just too much. I don't know. I'm finding myself. These kids are finding themselves. The administration, they are also finding themselves. Everyone is finding themselves in trying to say that they know what, at least the higher ups, they know what is right for these kids. And it's tiring. It's really tiring. Wow. I can literally sit here for hours and talk, I guess. I mean, anyone can, I guess. Like, we just have this infinite ability to keep creating new thoughts, new ideas, new sentences. And it's beautiful, but sometimes I don't know where to stop. I mean, I could stop anywhere. I could stop right now and hit, and then the video's over. But I have to come up with a interesting way to close this video. Just kidding, I don't have to come up with it. But I want to. But do I? Nah. I'm just gonna say bye now. Goodbye.